I told myself I can do this. This is the last video because this is the last week in October. And it's the Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. This video, it's like in English. This movie came out June 4th of 2021. I know because for my 21st birthday this year, I saw it in theaters because, first of all, I wanted to get my nose pierced and I finally did. Then second, I was like, well, there's a horror movie coming out near my birthday. I love horror movies, hence why this is a series, because I love horror movies. So why not? But I only like paranormal horror movies. Those are the ones I like. Anyway, so you know how we do this. You read the plot, I show you a clip, and I give you my rating. The thing I want to say about the clip is there were two clips three that I was deciding between. I decided not to put the one at the end because it's a huge spoiler, and if you haven't seen the movie and you want to see it, I don't want to put that spoil. Well, this whole thing is a spoiler, but you know what I mean. So then I decided to put the clip at the very beginning of the movie. And I'm going to say something before the clip or after the clip about it, but probably before, but anyway. So here's the plot. In 1981, demonologist Ed and Lorraine Warren document the exorcism of 8-year-old David Glatzel, attended by his family, his sister Debbie, her boyfriend Arnie Johnson, and Father Gordon in Brookfield, Connecticut. During the exorcism, Arnie invites the demon to enter his body instead of David's. Ed witnesses the demon transport itself from David's body to Arnie's while he suffers from a heart attack and is taken to a hospital in an unconscious state. Ed Warren is the one with the heart attack, by the way. I know that might have been kind of hard to follow. The following month, Ed wakes up at the hospital and reveals to Lorraine that he witnessed the demon enter Arnie's body. She sends the police to the Glatzel household, warning them that a tragedy will occur there. Arnie and Debbie return to their apartment located above a kennel where Debbie works. After feeling unwell, Arnie murders his landlord, Bruno Solis, by stabbing him 22 times under the influence of demonic possession. With the support of the Warrens, his case becomes the first American murder trial to claim demonic possession as a defense, resulting in the beginning of an investigation into David's original possession. The Warrens later discover a satanic curse passed on through a witch's totem and meet with Kastner, a former priest who previously dealt with the disciples of the Ram cult. He tells them that an occultist had intentionally left the totem, resulting in the creation of a curse on the Glatzels, causing the possession of David. The Warrens traveled to Danvers, Massachusetts, to investigate the death of Katie Lincoln, who was also stabbed 22 times. Detectives have found a totem at the home of Katie's friend Jessica, who is missing. Lorraine initiates a vision to recreate the murder and discovers that Jessica had stabbed Katie under the influence of demonic possession before jumping to her death off a cliff, which allows detectives to recover her body. The Warrens travel to the funeral home where her body rests, and Lorraine touches the corpse's hand to help find the location of the occultist. Lorraine, in a vision, witnesses the occultist attempting to have Arnie kill himself, but stops her just in time. Lorraine is threatened by the occultist, and she tells Ed the connection works both ways. The Warrens return to their house in Connecticut to investigate farther. Drew gives a book of Straghiran. We're going to say that's how it's said. Witchcraft he found to Ed, and states that for the curse to be lifted, the altar in which the occultist operates must be destroyed. When they realize Katie attended nearby Fairfield University, they begin to assume the occultist is operating in the area. Lorraine returns to Kastner for help, and he reveals that he had secretly raised a daughter in violation of the requirement of clerical celibacy in the Catholic Church. He tells Lorraine that during his research, her fascination for the occult grew, later becoming the occultist. Kastner gives Lorraine access to the tunnels where she locates the altar and is then found by the occultist, who then kills him. Ed soon arrives and finds his way into the tunnels through a locked drain hole with a sledgehammer. He's briefly possessed by Isla, or Isla? I think it's Isla.
I think it is Isla.
Yeah, and attempts to kill Lorraine, but she retells him of the time they first met, reminding him of their love. Ed regains his consciousness and destroys the altar, saving himself, Lorraine, and Arnie. The occultist arrives at her broken altar only to be killed by the demon she had summoned. Isn't that great? After failing to complete the curse, Ed places the cup from the altar in the room of artifacts along with our best friend's painting and the Annabelle doll. Arnie is convicted of manslaughter but ends up serving only 5 years for his sentence after marries Debbie while in prison. Ed shows Lorraine a gazebo in which they first met. So the thing I wanted to say, yes, Malik is my background. What I wanted to say is, so about this clip that I'm about to play. When I watched it in the first movie theater, because didn't we watch it in 2 movie theaters? Yes, we did. The first movie theater we watched it in was, I forget the name of it, but we had tried to go to a bunch of different, and it's like the movie had just started in all of them, so we decided to go to one where we could make it. And we made it. I don't know if I chose good seats, so I don't know if it was near the speaker or it was turned up too high, but it was the worst experience I'd ever had in a movie theater because the movie starts off with an exorcism. That's the clip I'm about to show you. Okay, so if you're sensitive to that, don't watch it. I mean, you should be watching these videos if you're sensitive to things like that, but you know what I mean. So basically it's like, okay, well, whatever. It's like, it was very loud, obviously. Exorcisms are loud, but it was loud to the point where it was giving me a headache, and to the point where the headache made me feel like I had to throw up type of thing. Like, that's how I felt. And I was like, it's my birthday, and it's so loud that it makes me feel like I need to get sick. Like, that was not, it wasn't what was happening on the screen grossed me out. It was, the sound was too loud, you know? And I have a sound sensitivity, so I think because of how loud it was messing with my sensitivity to sound. Anyway, that's why I have noise canceling headphones, by the way, if you've ever seen them. I don't know if I've ever used them, but anyway. So, yeah. So I'll play the clip in here, and again, if you are sensitive to exorcisms, even fake, you might want to skip to the end of the clip.
Father, we need to do this right now. Let go. In you, Lord, form my tower in the face of the enemy. Wickedness. Where's your first aid kit?
It's in the kitchen!
Look at me! Just leave him alone, okay? Leave him alone and take me. Me? Okay? Leave him alone and take me!
And that was the clip. He was possessed. I wonder if the clip caught Father Gordon getting hit in the head. I don't know, but I'm a horrible person if it did, because I laughed when that happened. And Tori and Kelly thought I was a horrible person for laughing when he got hit in the head. He didn't die.
This is the first time he gets to be present in one of these
I know, I
movies
feel
to
so
help,
bad for him.
And you started laughing.
I'm sorry. Anyway, See, I find horror movies funny. I don't find them scary. Anyway, so, and sometimes stupid. Anyway, so, my rating, that's right. We watched it again on HBO Max, and I don't know. It had true crime in it, and I like true crime. I guess I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I like the true crime aspect and all that, but I don't know. This movie just wasn't one of my favorites out of the universe. It just, I didn't really like it. Like, I don't know what it was. It's like, there's one clip, which is one of the clips I thought about using, which was Arnie. Like, you can see him, like, you can see what he sees. And it was making me feel weird. And it was also making Kelly feel weird, apparently. And it's like, I feel like that's why I didn't like it. Because it was making me feel like I was going through it too, and I don't like that. Like, that I don't want to feel like I'm possessed too, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to feel that. I get that's the reason why they were trying to show it, is they were trying to show you what he was going through at the moment. And another thing that upset me, I said this in my vlog, but the one thing that upset me was Lorraine helped create all these Conjuring movies. Like, not everyone out of the whole series, but she helped create 1, 2, and 3. Though, like the Conjuring 1, 2, and 3. She helped make those. She died before this last Conjuring was released. Because of the pandemic, you know. And there was no, like, dedication to her in the credits or anything. And it's like, I get that, like, you didn't have a dedication for, like, Ed Warren when he died, or, like, all this stuff.
I think he was already
dead. Yeah, she helped make all 3 movies, and you're not even gonna, and she was in the first movie, and you're not even gonna, like, point that out, or, like, be like, oh, in loving memory of Lorraine Warren, who helped us make these movies. Like, something like that would have at least been nice. But I'm not Lorraine Warren. It doesn't matter what I think. She's probably fine with it. So this is the end of the series for this year. In spooky season of 2022. We will be starting with Annabelle, the Annabelle movies. And this Friday, the new Paranormal Activity movie comes out on Paramount Plus. Y'all know I'm gonna be watching it. Y'all better be watching it. You know, we might talk about that next year in spooky season. We might not. Who knows? It depends on if I even want to talk about it. Because it might be good, it might be bad. I don't know. I'm going into it totally blind. I don't know. But yeah, so you guys better be watching that. If you want to watch this movie, like I said, it's on HBO Max. I don't think it's on anything else at the moment because it is still fairly new. Think it's on HBO Max. It might be on other things, but that's where I know you can definitely find it. Anyway, if you can hear that, our neighbors just decided to start having a party at like 5 or 6. So it's 8 now and they're like still going. So yeah. I'm about to like go to bed soon for work tomorrow and they're like, let's have a rager. So, I don't know. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. And before I forget, the next series is Who I'm Thankful For, where I'll be pulling names out of a hat. So, I'll see you guys in November for that. Bye.